Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. Now, imagine the tomato's reaction when it sees homemade pasta. Yes, we're kicking off today's culinary adventure with a chuckle. We're not just cooking here, we're creating memories one noodle at a time. And the star of our show? Homemade pasta. It's hearty, it's comforting, and above all, it's delicious. So tighten your aprons and sharpen your knives. Let's dive into the world of pasta without the fear of turning red. Pasta making, it's not rocket science, it's dough rocket science. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The journey to homemade pasta heaven begins with just two simple ingredients: flour and eggs. Heck, even your grandma's parrot could remember that. First, we'll need to create a mini flour volcano on your countertop. Why a volcano? Well, because it's way cooler than a simple mound, that's why. Inside this culinary Vesuvius, we'll crack open our eggs, being careful not to let any rogue shell pieces join the party. Now comes the fun part, wrestling with the dough. You'll knead it, punch it, maybe even have a heart-to-heart with it until it's as smooth as a baby's bottom. Remember, making pasta is like dating. It's all about patience and understanding. So you've survived the dough-making process, congratulations! But hold on to your pasta rollers, the fun is just getting started. Ever tried to roll out dough and ended up with something that looks like a map of Australia? Well, fear not, we're here to make Italy. Now let's dive into the rolling and cutting circus. This is where your dough transforms from a humble blob into beautiful pasta shapes. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is perfect pasta. Start by dusting your work surface with a little flour. You want your dough to glide, not stick. Think of it as a figure skater on ice, not a tourist on roller skates. Next, grab your rolling pin. It's time to show this dough who's boss. Roll it out gently, applying even pressure. If your dough snaps back like a rubber band, it's telling you it needs a little rest. So give it 5, then try again. Once your dough is as thin as a dime, it's time for the real fun. Cutting the pasta shapes. Now if your pasta shapes end up looking like abstract art, don't worry. Remember, Picasso didn't become Picasso overnight. Whether you're cutting fettuccine, making farfalle, or shaping tortellini, precision is key. But don't get too hung up on perfection. The most important ingredient in pasta is love, and trust me, that always shines through. And just like that, you've transformed a blob of dough into beautiful pasta shapes. You're practically a pasta Picasso. Now, we've reached the stage where the rubber meets the road, or in this case, the pasta meets the pot. The boiling phase is where your pasta transforms from a raw, floury noodle to a delightful al dente. But beware, folks, this isn't the time to take a power nap or check your social media feed. This process demands your undivided attention, or your pasta might just turn into a soggy mess. You'll want to bring a big pot of salted water to a rolling boil. Why salted, you ask? Well, let's just say it's like giving your pasta a mini ocean vacation before it ends up on your plate. It enhances the flavor, and no, it won't make your water boil faster. That's just a kitchen myth, folks. Next, gently drop your homemade pasta into the boiling water. It's a bit like sending your kids off on their first day of school. You've done all the hard work, and now it's time to set them free. Now the key to achieving that perfect al dente texture is in the timing. It's a delicate dance between too hard and too soft. For fresh pasta, it usually takes just 2 to 3 minutes. So, keep an eye on the clock. Finally, it's time to serve. A drizzle of olive oil, a sprinkle of parmesan, and a smattering of fresh herbs, and voila! You've got a plate of homemade pasta that would make any Italian grandma proud. And there you have it, folks. From a pile of flour and eggs to a plate of delicious homemade pasta. And remember, if at first you don't succeed, there's always takeout. So, what's the secret to making great homemade pasta? Well, you've got to get your hands dirty in the dough-licious beginning. It's like a pasta party in your kitchen. Then it's time to join the rolling and cutting circus. Don't worry, no acrobatics needed. Just a simple roll and cut, folks. Next stop, the boiling station. That's where the magic happens. The secret is, there is no secret. Just a bit of kneading, rolling, cutting, boiling, and voila. You've created a masterpiece. And remember, life is a combination of magic and pasta, so keep cooking.